This is a question that I have been arguing with. This is a statement that I have been arguing with for my entire dinosaur-loving career. Well, not the entire, but most. T-Rex beats Spinosaurus. That is a statement that I have been arguing with and studying for my entire life, bro. And I have ways to prove them wrong. Like, very. So yeah, here are all my statements about T-Rex versus Spinosaurus. Size goes to Spino. He's bigger. Intelligence, Spino probably. Strength, bite force, T-Rex. Arms, Spino. I mean, Spino could legitimately grab T-Rex with his 3-clawed arms and throw him to the ground. Like, he could just be like this. He could just be like... If T-Rex can pick up, like, a car or something with his mouth, Spinosaurus can knock down a T-Rex with his arms. Spino could probably at least move the T-Rex. And if he couldn't knock him over, well, he could sure use his mouth and his arms to knock him over. Like a goo god. So I don't know who I give physical strength to. You know what? I'm gonna say T. Speed, Spino. Spino. Endurance, which is how many hits they can take. Probably Spino. I mean, from what I've seen, Spino can take a lot of hits. Especially the Camp Cretaceous one. I mean, how many T-Rex bites did this guy resist? Without even getting a single scratch on his neck? Like, 25. So durability or armor goes to Spino. I mean, T-Rex has shown to have insane durability, but T-Rex with this much bite force and 25 bites doesn't do anything to the Spino's neck in Camp Cretaceous. I mean, is there anything that can do anything to his neck then? Well, maybe it's because they don't like to put scratching and bloody features into kid shows. Well, I don't think it's necessarily a kid's show. It's more of like a kid and more of like a 6 to... It's more like a 6 and older show. 7 and older? I don't know. But still, I don't think they have the right animation style to put the scratches in. So it... But in the actual show, it didn't even look like the T-Rex bites hurt it. Like, also, like, a T-Rex literally did this to its neck. Like, my hand is the Spino's neck, I'm the T-Rex. And all Spino did is this after. He just shrugged it off like it was absolutely nothing. Like, the T-Rex bit with all of his force and went like... And then when he let go, all the Spino did is this. All the Spino legitimately did is this. After getting the bite of the century from the most bite force holding land living creature to ever exist. Like, all he did is this. And then got back to fighting. Like, it would take something that is so strong that barely anything can defeat it to actually resist something like it was that nothing. Like, T-Rex has one of, if not the strongest bite force of any land animal to ever exist. And Spino just shrugged it off like it was nothing in Camp Cretaceous. And in JP3, the T-Rex bit the Spino by the top of the neck, rammed him into the ground, and dragged him. And then when he got back up and threw the Spino off and then let go, All the Spino did is this. All the Spino did is, like, there was, like, a bite mark on him, but other than that, absolutely nothing happened. Like, he just did this, and then got back to fighting. Also, I do not believe that the T-Rex in Jurassic Park 3 was a juvenile. A juvenile T-Rex? Like, that T-Rex was eating a Triceratops. A juvenile T-Rex probably can't kill a Triceratops unless it has some serious advantage. I mean, adult T-Rexes could probably beat a Triceratops, but a juvenile one? No. That would have to be an adult T-Rex to kill a Triceratops. I mean, I'm not saying the juvenile doesn't stand even a single chance. I mean, he stands a chance. I mean, unless he has some serious advantage, he can't really kill the Triceratops. I mean, he might damage it, but the Triceratops would win against a juvenile T-Rex most of the time. So if that was a juvenile, that T-Rex and Spino wouldn't have even met in the first place. You get what I mean? Nah, it's fine. So the durability goes to Spino. Let's see. What else? Oh, speed. I forgot about speed. Wait, did I? Speed goes to Spino. What else am I forgetting? Did I cue? Teeth. Oh, teeth. Right. Teeth? It depends. The T-Rexes are more built for crunching, but the Spinos are more built for slicing and cutting wounds on the T-Rex. Or maybe even bleeding. I mean, the T-Rex's bite force, that's what made his teeth so powerful. But Spino has like a measly, 4,000 pounds of bite force? Compared to 12,000 pounds? And his teeth still are super effective. Without T-Rex's bite force, his teeth would be nothing. Even if Spino did have as much bite force as T-Rex, he'd be the most dominant thing to ever exist. And let alone, I mean, he could probably beat a Mosa. I mean, that's because he can swim. But I'm gonna say teeth has to go to the Spino. I mean, even without the severe bite force of the T-Rex, Spino could still inflict some pretty serious wounds. The T-Rex needs his bite force to inflict wounds like to kill a Triceratops or something like that. But Spino, he doesn't need extreme bite force to kill a Triceratops. If Spino didn't have long arms, then yeah, probably a T-Rex would win. But Spino has arms. Wait, I thought we were talking about teeth. Teeth? Go to Spino, man. Reflexes. In the series, Spino has some pretty good reflexes. I mean, in Camp Cretaceous, T-Rex also has pretty good reflexes. And in the actual Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. I mean, from what we've seen, Spino has good reflexes. I don't think T-Rex has done that many dodges, honestly. Indominus has excellent reflexes, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about T-Rex and Spino. You know, for what I've seen, T-Rex has better reflexes, but does that really matter in this fight? I think it does, but only a little bit. Also, back to intelligence. If you don't believe me in intelligence, watch the movies. T-Rex does some pretty dumb things. Like, well, let's just move on to Spino. Well, I have time. I need time to think about what T-Rex has done. It has done. Sorry. Spino. He has shown some very intelligent things in Camp Cretaceous and in Jurassic Park 3. I mean, this guy is smart enough and strong enough to find and ram through the weakest spot of a gate that's supposed to be made to keep dinosaurs like even T-Rex from breaking out. T-Rex probably wouldn't be able to find that weak spot unless he searched the entire gate with his mouth. But Spino just looked at the gate and then calculated a weak spot and then rammed straight through it to catch up to the humans. The only thing I don't really understand, though, is how they just closed the door and Spino suddenly left them alone. They closed the door. Spino could have easily rammed through that door. I mean, he rammed through a gigantic metal gate. And you're telling me this guy can't catch up to humans through a old wooden door? That's like 5 times weaker than a gigantic metal gate? Come on, that's just inaccurate. I mean, even like a Velosa could probably ram through that. And you're telling me the moment they close the gate, Spino's too scared to ram through, thinking he might break his skull trying? Like, dude, how dumb are these creators? They think that Spino can ram through a gigantic metal gate, but right as the humans close a door that he can't ram through? That's the only dumb thing that I've seen Spino do. And it's pretty dumb, honestly. I mean, he didn't at least think that he could ram through a gate. Or the door. Well, maybe it's just plot armor. Who cares? Oh boy. What dumb things have T-Rex done? Well, first of all, T-Rex has gotten in fights with things that he already has had confrontations with and lost to. Like what? T-Rex is supposed to be Big Wayne. And you're telling me this guy's dumb enough to start a confrontation with something he already knows he can't beat? Like, let's say the Giga. He already had a first confrontation with the Giga and lost. But then again, it wasn't a confrontation over a stupid deer. But the Giga still won. The Giga won that confrontation. And then T-Rex, at that final battle of the movie, went up and confronted the Giga. Like, how dumb is this dull-minded dummy? Like, I mean, the only reason T-Rex won the Indominus fight is because Blue came in. And I don't even think T-Rex and Blue would be able to beat Indominus without plot armor. And that's exactly what happened. They knocked him towards one of the gates where the Mosa enclosure is, and the Mosa popped up. And that's plot armor. Also, something I didn't realize, something I realized that I thought was kind of dumb, is how Blue beat the Indoraptor. Like, what? Like, in an actual head-to-head fight, Indo would dominate. Like, Blue would stand no chance. I mean, Indoraptor, I mean, Blue is strong and all, but he's not strong enough to take on things that are meant to be ultimate killing machines. I mean, in a 1v1 fight that's actually accurate, Blue would stand no chance. I mean, unless Blue had the Raptor Pack. I mean, if Blue had the Raptor Pack, then yeah, I'm giving it to Blue's Raptor Pack. But just a 1v1 between Blue and Indo? Yeah, Indo takes that dub. Easy. I mean, Indo's bigger, stronger. Also, well, Blue's probably faster. Indo's more intelligent. Well, no. 50-50. But Indo takes the edge in basically everything. In a head-to-head confrontation, Indo's bigger in size and physical strength. So if this was a head-to-head confrontation, Indo would easily dominate Blue. I mean, if this confrontation was based off of physical strength, Indo would pummel Blue to oblivion until she was unrecognizable. I mean, Blue stands no chance if this fight is based on physical strength. But if it's on intelligence and speed, then Blue probably has a lot better of a chance. But still, I'm still giving it to Indoraptor. Even if the fight is on intelligence and speed, he could probably still use his physical strength to the advantage, since he is so, big brain. But moving on back to Spino and T-Rex. I mean, what? Yeah, so intelligence probably goes to Spino. What else do I have to think of? Adaptability. Yeah. Adaptability. I don't think T-Rex is winning this one. I mean, in the fight with Indominus, he wasn't that adaptable. He never really saw in any of Indom's tactics. But Spino, in the Camp Cretaceous fight, he saw the T-Rex's tactics. I think, anyways. But I don't think the T-Rex saw Indom's tactics. It was either that the T-Rex wasn't adaptable enough to actually realize what he was supposed to do in the fight, or it was that Indominus was just dominating. But then again, T-Rex has shown some okay adaptability. In the Spino versus T-Rex fight in Camp Cretaceous, he was winning. T-Rex was winning for a little bit. Until that last 5 minutes. Then T-Rex was getting pummeled, and then Spino won by biting T-Rex by the neck, and then we heard that little, and then T-Rex went, and then Spino dropped him to the ground, stepped on him, roared, then the episode was over. It was episode 56 of season 5. It was called I don't remember what it's called, but Spino beat T-Rex in it. Yeah, so adaptability. I mean, 50-50. I don't really know much about adaptability. What else? Advantages. Spino, any territory, any landscape, is Spino's landscape. Spino is semi-aquatic. So Spino thrives in water and on land. That's a good advantage. T-Rex's advantage is mostly his gigantic bite force, which most of you probably know already. I mean, T-Rex does have the biggest bite force of any land animal to ever exist. Alexa, what is the animal with the biggest bite force to ever exist?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, currently, the animal with the greatest bite force is the saltwater crocodile, at 4,000 pounds per square inch. If one includes extinct creatures, the megalodon tops the list at 40,000 pounds per square inch.
Alexa, does the megalodon have a bigger bite force than T-Rex?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the megalodon had an estimated bite force of 40,131 pounds per square inch. That's over 5 times greater than Tyrannosaurus rex.
What? Well, I said T-Rex was the most bite forceful land animal to ever exist.
From Wikipedia.org, the largest species was Tyrannosaurus rex, the most massive known terrestrial predator, which measured over 13 meters, 43 feet, in length and according to most modern estimates up to 8.87 metric tons, 9.78 short tons, in weight.
Alexa, was T-Rex bigger than Spinosaurus?
Tyrannosaurus weighs 16,000 pounds and it is 23 feet tall, which is 2,000 pounds heavier than Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus weighs 14,000 pounds. It is 14 feet tall.
Yap, yap, yap. Alexa, was T-Rex taller than Spinosaurus?
Tyrannosaurus is 23 feet tall, which is 9 feet taller than Spinosaurus.
Alexa, you're the dumbest machine to ever exist on this planet, bro. Spinosaurus was obviously taller than Alexa, was T-Rex taller than Spinosaurus?
Tyrannosaurus is 23 feet tall, which is 9 feet taller than Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is 14 feet tall.
Yappity yap yap yap, you idiot. Bro, Alexa's dumb. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. Hey, why is the... Thank you. Okay, what if I put it here? No, never mind. What's another feature of Spino? What's another thing? Oh, advantages. Oh, Spino has another advantage. You all probably know this, by the way. Spino has arms. T-Rex has arms, but they're tiny, idiotic, skimpy arms. Like, they're not even they're barely even the size of my full arm. Like, I don't think they're even the size of half my arm. Spino's arm, oh my god, it's like basically the size of my entire body. If Spino got a good hit on T-Rex with this thing, T-Rex, I mean, his face would go this way, which would give Spino an advantage to bite T-Rex by the neck and use his arms, like grab like, and just go like, T-Rex wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Meanwhile, T's doing like this. He probably can't even move his neck since Spino's arms are super strong. Like, if Spino's arms hit legitimately the heaviest human on Earth, it would still probably send him flying. Especially if it hit me. I would die if he hit me. Like, if he just goes like, I like to cut G. Me. Hey, what the? Slap. I just get sent flying through a house or something. Well, not a brick house, but like a wood house. Well, I'd at least put a crack in the wall. Like Spino, he hits hard. Like if he got a good, like I like to cut G on T-Rex. Hey bro, hey, don't slap me, It would at least knock a tooth out. So Spino would just go, like you cut G. And T-Rex would go, oh. And T-Rex would start ringing, bro. They just like fall over or something. Like Spino would just be like you cut G. I mean, I don't actually know Spino's that strong, but at least it'd at least do something to T-Rex. I mean, look at it. Like, Spino has arms, bro. He can just go like, I like you cut G, and claw like an eye out or something. If T-Rex like missed a bite on Spino or something, like he went and missed a bite, he went like and missed a bite, Spino would go like T-Rex. I can't see out of one eye. Hey, where's that Spino guy? Hey, I don't see him out of this side. Ow, my neck! Ow, this side of my neck. Hey, he must be on this side. I can't find him. Help me! He rammed me into the ground. Then Spino would just claw him to death. This is how I think the fight would go. T-Rex would charge at Spino like, and the Spino would go, dodge. T-Rex. Wait a second. Oh crap. The Spino would grab T-Rex by the neck and slam T-Rex's body into the ground. And then he would pin him there and then he would pin his head down with one of his arms. Then he would just go like, until T-Rex died. That's one way the fight could probably go. Another way I think the fight would go is, again, T-Rex would charge at Spino, but this time with his mouth open. But again, Spino would dodge, since he's more agile. And then T-Rex would bite, but he would miss, since Spino dodged. Then Spino would bite T-Rex by the neck. I was about to say, then Spino would bite Spino by the neck. Then Spino would bite T-Rex by the neck, and if there was like a tree nearby, he'd probably like slam him into a tree or two. And then T-Rex would finally have enough and just shake Spino off, like, and then Spino would be like, whoa, bro. Then T-Rex would bite Spino by the neck and throw him down or something. But just as T-Rex was about to, like, bite Spino and, like, crunch his neck, Spino kicked T-Rex across the face and knocked a tooth out of him. And then T-Rex fell to the ground. Then Spino tried to grab T-Rex by the tail, but then T-Rex whipped Spino in the face, which kind of sent him into a tree, but he was okay since his skin is super durable. Wait, I don't think T-Rex would actually crunch Spino's neck, since Spino has arms. He could make T-Rex let go by clawing his neck. But then again, I mean, if T-Rex had the advantage in that, probably. But then again, then T-Rex would charge at Spino. But then Spino would dodge, and then T-Rex would ram his forehead into a tree. And then that might hurt him a bit, but he'd be okay since he's a dinosaur. And if dinosaurs ram into trees, they could be okay. So then what happens? Also, the tree probably fell down. But not the way of T-Rex, the opposite way of T-Rex. But then, while T-Rex is still thinking, what the heck happened? Because he rammed into a tree, Spino grabbed T-Rex by the tail and threw him to the ground. And before T-Rex can process what the frick is even happening, Spino grabs T-Rex by the neck and slams T-Rex into the ground a couple times. And then Spino picks T-Rex up and goes like, "Nah." But then T-Rex was like, oh crap. Then looks at his tail and he's like, oh yeah. and then try to shake Spino off until it, like, finally, like, releases a little bit. And then Spino kind of lets go. And then T-Rex twirls and whips Spino in the face again, which knocks Spino over. But then T-Rex realizes that he could kick him and gets out of the way. But then Spino, with his long snout, reaches up and grabs T-Rex by the tail. And then whips him over, like, back to where in kicking range. And then kicks T-Rex straight in the eye. And then knocks him over. And then T-Rex is like, I can't see, until he finally opens his eye again. And then he realized he actually got kicked in the cheek and that he was perfectly fine in the eye area. But then again, it probably knocked another tooth out or something. Maybe that kick got a tooth loose or something, since it wasn't as hard as the last kick. But then T-Rex went, I need to do something or else I'm gonna die. So then T-Rex grabbed Spino by the neck with his mouth and went, Aah! But then Spino went, oh crap. Then uses his arm to just grab T-Rex by the neck and start going like, grab. And T-Rex is like, ow, my neck, and let's go. But then Spino, like, kind of like does like a diagonal turn, grabs T-Rex by the neck. He doesn't let go, and T-Rex can't use his arms since his arms are too short and stubby to do anything. And T-Rex's tail is far out of reach to hit Spinosaurus. So then Spino just slams T-Rex into a tree. And then T-Rex says, oh crap, I'm gonna die. But then, something happens that gives T-Rex the advantage for 10 seconds? He grabs Spino by the neck. He finally grabs Spino by the neck and yanks Spino off of his neck. And then twirls and throws Spino to the ground for the 5th time in a row. And then T-Rex is about to stomp on Spino's head, and he does stomp on Spino's head, but Spino goes in his head, really, bro? I have arms. What do you think you're gonna do against me? So he grabs T-Rex's foot with his arms and tries to, pull it up, but it's, super hard for Spino, because T-Rex is actually pretty heavy. But then he finally kind of pushes T-Rex's foot off, and T-Rex is like, oh crap, ah. And then he kind of stumbles a little, which gives Spino the advantage to grab T-Rex by the bottom of the neck. There's nothing T-Rex can do. He can't lean down and grab Spino by the neck. His arms are too short and stubby to do anything for the 2nd time in a row, 3rd time, 4th time. And T-Rex's tail, again, is far out of reach to hit Spino. So then Spino just goes Aah! And then finally, Spino's teeth close, start piercing into T-Rex's neck in a bloody, violent, and gruesome. And T-Rex has one of the most bloody, violent, and gruesome deaths of any fight. Then Spino just throws T-Rex to the ground, steps on his head, and roars into the sky. Spino is the new king of the dinosaurs. Good job. The only reason T-Rex didn't win that fight is because T-Rex does not have arms. Bro, he has arms, but they're short and stubby. All they can do is dish. Spino's arms can do this. T-Rex's arms can do this. I mean, they might have been used to catch small prey. He could have done this. He could have done this. I got you. But Spino can use his arms to catch gigantic fish. He could be get over here. Drags him onto land. All right, he could have also used it to catch other prey. He could have been get over here, his prey. No. Spino. Time for dinner. Spino's only natural enemy in his time is Carchara. Karkara, he's pretty strong, but I don't think he can beat T-Rex. Maybe. He has a chance, but probably not. Karkara doesn't have good arms. He has bigger arms than T-Rex, but still wouldn't get him a win against T-Rex. Now let's move on to someone a little stronger. Let's see, I'm choosing between Giga and an Indom. Giga and Indom. Who is going to fight Spino next? Spino already beat T-Rex in a brutal, blood-curdling battle to the death, which was actually really exciting if you picture it in your head. If you picture the battle in your head, I'm actually very creative. And the battle was good. Except for the last part. So, kids under, 7, please do not watch this. Since you will probably have nightmares. Or at least be horrified. So, kids under 7 cannot watch this, okay? Since that battle, they can watch everything up to, the last, 15 seconds of the fight. 20, maybe? Okay. Now, it is Giga's turn. Let's see. Size? Probably Spino. Spino is shown to be extremely big. But Giga too. But size goes to Spino. Bite Force. Alexa, does Giganotosaurus have a bigger bite force than Spinosaurus?
From KyleMcGowan.com. Spinosaurus web has a bite force of a Tyrannosaurus rex, which is about 1.5x stronger than that of Giganotosaurus.
Spinosaurus Webbled has a bite force of a Tyrannosaurus Rex? What? Okay, Spinosaurus Webbled is the strongest dinosaur to ever exist. Truly. If scientists don't believe that regular Spinosaurus can beat T-Rex, a Spinosaurus that has the same bite force of a T-Rex, yeah, can beat a T-Rex. If scientists hear about Spinosaurus Webbled, well, they probably already have. But if they haven't, if they do hear about that, they're gonna be like, oh no, Spino could beat T-Rex. But then again, moving on to the Giga. Bite Force goes to Spino. As said, I don't know if we're talking about Spinosaurus Webble or not, but I'm just going to talk about, the Camp Cretaceous or JP3 Spino. Intelligence. Now, this is a toughie. Giga, he's smarter than T-Rex, but T-Rex is still kind of smart. So, Giga has outsmarted T-Rex. But the only thing is, Giga does not handle teaming very well, as shown in Dominion. Right as T-Rex and Theory started teaming on Giga, Giga started, Giga's oh no, I'm horrible at teaming, and then just dies in, 10 seconds. Yeah, but we're not talking about that. Intelligence. Again, if you remember Spino's capabilities in intelligence. Also, there's something I didn't mention. He was able to remember the people who hurt him. They invaded his space and cut him with a helicopter. He was able to remember the exact same helicopter that they were in, even though it was totally rusted and destroyed. That is crazy intelligence. And also, he was able to remember exactly what the humans looked like. That is crazy intelligence. I don't even know what to say. Congrats, Spino. But Giga, he doesn't have very good intelligence. Spino and intelligence. Speed? S-P-I-N-O. In Spino's speed compared to Giga's speed, Spino was shown to be a lot faster and have a lot more energy. So Spino and speed. Durability. Again, Spino has been able to take bites from gigantic T-Rexes and just shrug it off like it's absolutely nothing. Giga, however, Spino has been able to take bites from T-Rexes, gigantic T-Rexes, big T-Rexes, just T-Rexes in general. Giga, his armor isn't even strong enough to resist Therizina claws, let alone T-Rex bites. I mean, the T-Rex bites probably hurt the Giga in the fight. Like, I saw, like, when the T-Rex got, like, one bite on the Giga started going, like, and started, like, whimping in pain or something. And then when the T-Rex let go, he's like, and the Giga's like, So, yeah, T-Rex bites hurt the Giga. But Spino, he just shrugs it off like it's nothing. So, yeah, durability, scales, they go to Spino. What else? Actually, Bite Force goes to Giga. Strength? Probably Giga. I mean, Ramming Force goes to Giga. I mean, Giga just has a more muscular build. In the arms, Spino has a more muscular build. But in general, Giga has a more bodybuilder, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson build. Bro, Giga is the Chad of all dinosaurs. Wait a second. Giga Chad? Did they invent that word after Jurassic World Dominion? Because if they did, I know exactly where it came from. Bro, Giga Notosaurus, Giga Chad, Giga Notosaurus is the Giga Chad of all dinosaurs. I mean, he just looks the best. He looks like he has the most muscular build. Then again, he was able to, like, ram over a T-Rex, like, which that takes a lot of strength. And it barely even looked like he used any. He's like, Spino, he has been able to ram through gates, throw T-Rexes around. All the stuff that Spinos can do. But he hasn't really shown as many physical capabilities as the Giga. So yeah, physical strength in general goes to the Giga. What else? Intelligence, right. Let me just add some more things to the intelligence. Again, Giga did not evacuate when he was about to get teamed on. Probably because he was too quirky and confident that he was going to win the fight. But then again, if he was an older and more, well, smart Giga, developed Giga, whatever you want to call it, he would probably evacuate from the fight. But since this Giga's only like a kid or something, then I understand why he stayed. But it would have been the smartest decision to evacuate. I mean, so intelligence probably goes to Spino still. Advantages. Again, Giga has the most muscular build of any dinosaur. Spino again, semi-aquatic, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff that Spino can do. kill T-Rexes. The Giga can too. Right. Now it's... By the way, the reason I picked the Giga and Indom is because they're the only two other gigantic theropod dinosaurs that are able to kill T-Rex in the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park series. Well, Spino's in Jurassic Park, but he'll be in Jurassic World Rebirth soon. Indom and the Giga are the only two other gigantic theropods that are able to have a really good chance against T-Rex. So that's why I pinned them up against each other. Spino and Giga. Alright, now time for the battle. So yeah, they walk up to each other, blah, 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 start roaring at each other, blah, 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 all that other stuff. Alright, fight's over, bye. I'm kidding. You didn't think I was not going to tell you the details, was I? I am overly obsessed with details. If you say, then tell me details about anything. Tell me details about dinosaur battles. Me. Just legitimately says every single last possible outcome for every single gigantic theropod dinosaur battle that I know of. The person who asked me the question. Just gonna go now. Okay, my brain's a lot smarter about dinosaurs. Bye. Especially the battles, huh? Alright, back to the battles. The two carnivores are the same size, so this is pretty fair. The Giga comes in and bites the Spino by the top of the neck and throws him into a tree to show off his superior strength. But then Spino goes, I don't have arms, bro. Giga. Alright. So then Spino goes up and lashes the Giga, right in the neck with one of Spino's gigantic, ultra-muscular arms. Then the Giga's like, ow, that hurt, bro. Then Spino bites the Giga by the neck and starts, kind of shaking him around a little bit. Then the Giga's like, get off of me, bro. The Giga, oh wait, I have a super long tail. Whip, Spino, oh! Ow, bro, that hurt my face. Then the Spino does a tail whip of his own across the Giga's face and whips him into a tree. But then the Giga bites Spino by, I think it's the tail, whips him around a couple times and throws him to the ground. But because Giga hasn't seen Spino's kick yet, he's about to get a surprise. The Giga gets the kick of this... The Giga gets the biggest kick that he's ever had in his entire life right to his face. Tooth, gone. Just gone. Also, I'm sorry I ended the video earlier. Oh my god, bro. First tooth, gone. Yeah. The first tooth is gone for the Giga. But then the Giga goes into rage mode and bites the Spino by the neck, slams him into a tree, into the ground, and just slammed him all over the place. The Spino, oh, if I don't get out of here soon, I'm gonna die. Ow, ow, ow. So he uses a gigantic arm to grab the Giga by his, head and go, he uses a gigantic arm to do, this. Get off of me, the Giga. Spino. And then he bites the Giga right on the snout and drags him all over the place in a circle, then throws him snout first into a tree, causing some nosebleed, if that's okay. Then the Giga just sniffs a couple times, then he gets back into the fight, and with a muscular tail whip, whips Spino across the face. First tooth for Spino, lost. They have equal teeth lost. This is the first time Spino's lost a tooth in any of my battles. Then the tail whip knocks over Spino. But since the Giga's not smart, he walks over, kick to the face. Cracked tooth, 1. Wobbly tooth? Well, not wobbly. Brain injury? What? He didn't get a brain injury. His head just hurt a little. His head just hurt a lot. Then the Giga stumbles a little bit. He kept his balance somehow. Then Spino got up and he's like, I guess this is a pretty fair fight, honestly. Then uses his arms to grab the Giga by the neck, and then again bite the Giga by the neck too, to have some extra support with the giant muscular arms, since the Giga is more muscular. And then he rams the Giga into some more places, blah blah blah, until he finally rammed the Giga onto the ground, scrapes him across the ground, whips him back, and throws him to the ground. But Spino hasn't seen the Giga's kick yet. Boom! Spino kind of gets sent flying. This is the Giga laying on the ground. This is his foot. This is Spino. Boom! Then the Spino gets up. Spino teeth lost. 2. 2.5. Spino realizes he has half of a tooth missing. But since there's some sharp parts on it, he uses that side of the tooth and crunches Giga directly on the eye with it. The Giga... He didn't crunch him on the eye, on the neck. The Giga... But then with his long tail, he tries, notice the word tries, to whip Spino in the face. But then Spino lets go, so the Giga embarrassingly whips himself in the face. And knocks himself over. Giga teeth lost? 2. That's the amount of teeth lost total. Not the amount he lost in that one. By the way, when I say teeth lost 2, I don't mean that's how many teeth he lost from it. That's how many teeth he's lost, like, in all. Okay? Yeah, so then the Giga falls to the ground, and then gets up, and he's like, will you not tell people about that after I die? The Giga, will you not tell people about that? Spino, fine. Giga, alright, let's get back to killing each other. Brutally and gruesomely. Spino, brutally and gruesomely. Giga, yay. They start fighting each other again. Spino slaps the Giga in the face. Giga, ooh! Then they both start just mega clashing. But then the Giga's sharp end of his eyebrow ridge rams Spino in the side of the forehead, probably giving him just a tad bit of brain damage. It whips Spino's face into a tree, which gives him only a tad bit more brain damage. Meanwhile, while Spino is processing what the heck is going on, Giga bites the Spino by the neck, twirls him around, and throws him to the ground. But Spino goes, yeah. Oh wait, I'm on the ground. And then whips Giga in the face with his tail. Giga doesn't fall over, but the tail whip gives Spino just enough time to stand back up, grab Giga by the neck, slam him into a couple trees, grab like this, and the Giga's arms fall, and the eyes go pale, and the Giga's head drops. Spino lets go with his mouth and pushes the Giga to the ground, and steps on the Giga's head and roars in a victory. Neck snap. Spino neck snapped him. Or JP3 style, since Spino neck snapped the T-Rex in JP3, Jurassic Park 3. If you haven't watched that movie, My favorite movie ever. Yeah. Now, on to the most fearsome, deadly predator out of the Giga T-Rex. Out of the Giga T-Rex and Indominus. Physical strength. Indominus actually has better arms than the Spino. But still, I feel like Spino still has more muscular arms. Spino has shorter, more muscular arms. Indominus has longer, less muscular arms. So physical strength goes to Spino in the arms. Alexa, does Spinosaurus have a bigger bite force than Indominus Rex?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, no. The Tyrannosaurus had many advantages over Spinosaurus. The T-Rex was more muscular, had better teeth, a stronger bite force, and a larger brain, and was smarter than the Spinosaurus.
Alexa, for one, you're an idiot, and two, I didn't even ask that question. Never mind. Let's just say 51-49, leaning towards the Spino in bite, not in bite force. Then it's the other way around. Indominus 51. But if it's bite, not bite force, then it's Spino. Then Spino's since Spino's bite again has crushing wounds. In Pokemon, Spino's bite doesn't have crushing wounds. That's T-Rex. Spino's bite has slashing, cutting, bleeding wounds, whatever you want to call it. In Pokemon, it'd be like effective or even super effective. In Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Imagine if there was like a Pokemon game where instead of catching Pokemon, you catch dinosaurs. I want to make that. And instead of Pokeballs, listen, that's legitimately just the entire example of Ark. You tame and catch dinosaurs, and then you make the dinosaurs battle each other. But then again, there's blood in Ark. There's not going to be blood in my Pokemon game. If I will be a game maker, I'm choosing between a game maker and a YouTuber. Since I have a lot of good games that I want to make when I grow up, but I also have a lot of good videoing ideas. Me and Silas might. I'm gonna lean a little more towards a YouTuber than video game creator. Because me and Silas have already set up for our YouTubing career. Reacting, animating, gaming, the three most important things in a YouTube career. Right. Back to Spino versus Indom. Intelligence. Indom. No question. Indom is smarter, but not way smarter. Indominus is, well, he's a lot smarter. He's a lot smarter. He's not way smarter, but he's a lot smarter. A lot isn't as much as way. If you say something is a lot bigger than another, other than something is way bigger than another, then that's different. Like, if something is way bigger than another, then that means, like, way is bigger than a lot. Like, way more is bigger than a lot more. If you have a lot more than way more, then that's more than... My brain takes me into these kinds of conversations. Indominus wins in intelligence. Speed? I don't know. They're about the same. I mean, in Jurassic Park 3, even if the gate did have a weak spot, it would still take a lot of speed and build-up to ram through that gate with enough force. So, I feel like they're about the same. 50-50, I guess. They're tied in speed. Let's see here. What else do we got? Physical strength. Wait, didn't we already do that? What other ones did we do? Oh, size, right. The Indom was only like a tad bit bigger than the T-Rex in Jurassic World. So the edge in size probably goes to Spino. I mean, the Indom is in a more hunched position than T-Rex and Spino. But wait, never mind. Size still does go to Spino, but only by like a bit. What else? Advantages. Indominus can communicate with Velociraptors. But he won't have Velociraptors on his side since his advantage. What's his advantage? Super smart. He can calculate weak spots. A lot of other things. Spino's advantage, semi-aquatic, blah, 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 blah. I said that like 4 times already. Okay. Let's move on to the battle. Spino and Indom walk up to each other. Indom notices Spino before Spino notices him. So he trots up and bites Spino by the neck with a surprise attack. Spino, before he could process what the heck was happening, Indom rammed Spino into a tree and threw him onto the ground. But now Spino has processed what was happening. So, poor Indom. Teeth lost so far. 2, since Spino was extra angry that Indom surprise attacked him. Oh, and also, did I mention that Spinos have a short temper? If anything disturbs them and makes them even just a little angry, anything that would make, you just a little angry, would make a Spino go into full rage mode. If you, accidentally disturbed it from its sleep or something, it will go, and just go into rage mode. So Spino was extra angry that Indom surprise attacked him. So Spino just went into rage mode. Fun fact, Gigas also have a short temper. So Spino went into rage mode and started absolutely massacring the poor Indom, who hasn't even processed what was happening yet, that it was getting pummeled so much. The Indom was getting pummeled so much, Indom was getting pummeled so much that it didn't even have time to process what the heck was happening to it. It didn't feel the pain because it hadn't yet processed what the heck was going on. Since the attacks and movements were so fast from Spino that the Indom didn't even have time to realize what the heck was going on. He's like, hey, I don't feel anything. But when Spino finally got out of rage mode and Indom did finally process it, that's when the pain started to absolutely massacre Indom's brain. But then Indom, because of all the pain and rage, Wint. Do-do-do-do-do. You cannot see me mode. Blends in with the trees. Spino. Where'd he go? Then Spino suddenly starts getting harassed. Spino. You're biting from that side. I must grab you. And the Spino claws Indom across the neck. And then Indom lets go. Spino bites the spot that's invisible that he clawed at. And then just rams the Indom everywhere. Indom. He latches the Spino off with his arms and grabs the Spino's bottom and top jaw and like rams the Spino. Like snout first. How about like right side of the face first into like a hard thick tree. Because that's the only tree that Indom could find that would actually stand up to Spino's weight and Indom's ramming force combined. The tree wobbled a lot, like, but it was okay. It didn't fall over until a little later. Poor T-Rex. Yeah, after the fight was over, which it isn't over yet, I'm not done telling the story, but after the fight was over, a lonely T-Rex was coming, and noticed there was like a bunch of battle marks everywhere, and is like, this tree seems a little wobbly, and tried to nudge it back into place a little bit, but then the tree, T-Rex, T-Rex. Yeah, back to the fight. Then Indom clawed Spino's neck. Spino. Then Spino grabbed Indom by the snout. Grabbed Indom here just before Indom was about to place a good bite in on the neck. And then went. He shoved Indom off, grabbed her by the neck, and threw Indom into a tree. Not the same tree, a different tree. Why are they always slamming each other into trees? No one's done a tail whip yet. I need to add in some tail whips. Then Spino's about to come in for a bite. But then in just the right place where Indom can do a savage tail whip, she does one. A savage tail whip right across Spino's face. Spino teeth lost in this fight, 1. Rammed head first into another tree from the tail whip. But right as Indom's about to place a bite in, Spino dodges out of the way and rams Indom in the neck with Spino's long head and keeps going until they hit a tree. Another tree. I know. So many trees. But then Spino throws Indom to the ground and then gets savagely kicked in the face. Into a tree. Come on, bro. Yeah, never mind. I can breathe now. Alright, so I'm good. Yeah, so back to the fight. Indom grabs Spino. When Indom gets up, she grabs Spino by the neck. She grabs Spino by the neck with her arms. And then bites Spino by the neck. And then tries to break the neck. But Spino's neck nudges to the side, which kind of throws Indom off balance. because she was hoping to twist the other way and not this way. So it kind of made Indom let go and kind of wobble a little bit, which gave Spino a perfect time to do a tail whip right to the side of the thigh, which made Indom scream in pain and agony. Because of the absolute whiplash-like property of that exact tail whip, it caused like a burn across Indom's thigh, which made her scream in utter pain and agony. Yeah. And then while Indom was screaming, Spino bit Indom by the arm and grabbed here and ripped the arm off, threw it to the ground, and then grabbed Indom by the neck, slammed her against a couple trees, grabbed her like this, and then went, while she was biting Indom, basically skinning part of Indom's neck. The pain and suffering of brutally murdered Indom. The fight was over. The Spino was brutally injured and hoped that he would never encounter any of these opponents again in his entire life. But there was still one more. Karkara. Oh, here, Spino. I have a heal up. Go, 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 go. Alright, you're all healed. Spino was healed after all the fights, by the way. I mean, he wouldn't fight an Indom in the shape of after a Giga and T-Rex. We healed him after the T-Rex and Giga fight, too. So that's why he won. But all the fights so far. But all the fights for Spino were insanely hard. When I say that Spino can beat T-Rex, I'm not saying T-Rex is weak. Neither are Giga and Indom. I'm just saying this is how I think the fight would go. And this is how the fight would probably would go. Also, Indom's death was the most brutal death I've ever done. Like that. Oh, my neck just hurts thinking about it. Oh, I'm imagining it in my head. Oh my god. Oh, it's gruesome. It's gruesome. Never mind that. Okay. What else? Right, Carcharodonta. The Spino's main enemy in his actual time. This is like scientific. Carcharodontosaurus lived in the same time as Spinosaurus. Right. Time for the final battle. Spino's true arch nemesis. Carcharodontosaurus versus Spinosaurus. Carcharodonta would probably beat would have a good chance at beating all of the opponents on this. Not combined, though. Definitely not combined. This Carchara will probably be the hardest fight yet. Since they both know all of each other's moves. What I'm trying to say here is because they know all of each other's moves, they'll just deter everything that's going to happen. And there will be no clear winner, unless one of them has a certain advantage. Alright, size? Spino. Intelligence? Spino. Physical strength? Arms? Spino. Bite? Probably Karkara. Bite force, Karkara. Bite? Actually, Karkara. What else? Physical strength? Never mind that. So yeah, physical strength, Spino. Spino's ramming force is really good. And based off of the size and arm strength, physical strength goes to Spino. Right, Karkara's advantage. His bite, yes. I think he has like serrated shark-like teeth or whatever. We all know Spino's semi-aquatic. We all know Spino's. It's like the fifth time that it's the fourth time that I've said it. Semi-aquatic. Let's do this. Okay. So, they walk up to each other, blah, 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 all the fight starter stuff happens. But then, they look at each other, and they're hesitant about fighting. I mean, what's really the point? They know all of each other's moves. They start walking away from each other. But that can't happen. Then I come in. Well, not me, but one of my guys. They come in. They have a stick. They touch Spino with it, and it freezes him in place. Then they touch the Karkara with it. It freezes him in place. Then two of the other guys come in with the same sticks, and they touch both of them with it. It unfreezes them, and makes them want to battle each other to the death and brutally kill each other. And then the fight starts. Karkara charges at Spino, attempting to bite him, but with Spino's superb arm strength, he grabs Karkara by the neck and throws him into a tree. But then Karkara lunges out and bites Spino by the neck and does a right turn, biting like this, and throws Spino down to the ground. Just when Karkara is about to step on Spino's head, Spino rams Karkara's foot out of the way, tripping him down. But then just before Karkara is about to hit Spino's tail, Spino whips his tail up and slaps Karkara across the face with it, kind of sending him the opposite direction of where it was falling. He whipped him with the tail, which gave him... No, he whipped the Karkara with the tail, which gave the Karkara just enough elevation to be in kicking range. So Spino kicked Karkara across the face and sent him tumbling the opposite way that he was about to fall. Then Spino got up and tried to bite Karkara by the neck, but the Karkara rammed his head up, knocking Spino to the ground. Then Spino bit the Karkara's tail and dragged Karkara to the ground. Then Spino stood up and bit Karkara by the neck, lifted Karkara up, but not like off the ground, like just stood him up, and tried to hold the bite as long as possible. Used all of his bite force and tried to hold the bite as long as physically possible. Meanwhile, the Karkara was trying to have a plan was trying to make a plan while in severe pain. Karkara, with short but not useless arms clawed Spino in like the bottom of his chin, which made Spino kind of like let go in surprise, which gave Karkara the advantage to bite Spino in the snout and kind of wiggle him around a little bit and throw him into a tree. And throw him into a tree, I guess. So then, the Spino uses this as an advantage. Well, it's not the ending yet, so who cares? Karkara's about to bite Spino. Spino dodges out of the way and grabs Karkara by the neck and pushes and like runs with Karkara's neck on Spino's mouth and rams him as sprinting as fast as the Spino possibly can towards a gigantic thick tree. Ram! The Karkara gets rammed into a tree, which cracks a couple teeth. Teeth cracked 2, 3, who cares? So then the Karkara looks back with the look of pure rage in his face and goes rage mode, and you know what happens when you go rage mode, starts harassing, blah, blah, blah. Then when Karkara's done in rage mode, Spino goes into rage mode, and right on the first bite, Karkara goes into rage mode again, because he has that much energy again, and it's a rage mode mega fight. But in the end, in Karkara's rage, he didn't see the spike that was about that the Karkara threw Spino into a tree, like rammed Spino into a tree, but just above Spino was a spike. Spino saw the spike, and the Karkara was about to ram him into the spike. But then, Spino dodged out of the way, and then Karkara's head, the spike, Karkara's dead. Well, he put his head out, but since it didn't quite reach the brain, he's okay. He's alive. But he's not perfectly fine. He's meh. He's meh. But then he stands up, and that's when the bad things happen. Spino grabbed the Karkara by the neck, and while Karkara's mouth is still open a little bit, rammed Karkara's snout against a tree, putting his mouth in a position that is so unrealistic that it snaps. Karkara's dead. Fight's over. Now we have a new most brutal death. Getting headfirst stabbed with a spike, getting up, and then getting its jaw snapped on the same tree that it got its spike on. Oh, and did I mention the jaw snap was on the spike? So it penetrated some of the vital organs like the lungs. Yeah, this is the end of this video. It was super brutal and deadly and extremely gruesome. Bye-bye. Just gonna wait till